I hope everybody is doing well out there. Thank you for tuning in and welcome back to the channel. So what I have on my tow dolly here is a 1994 Acura Integra that I drove a little over 600 miles to go and get. Now you might be asking yourself, why would I drive a little over 600 miles to go and get an Acura Integra? What's so special about this vehicle? Well, this vehicle is for my oldest daughter who graduated high school and is now enrolled in college, and she also works at Burger King. And so this vehicle used to belong to my little cousin who drove it when he was in college, and he's graduated and moved on to bigger and better things. However, the vehicle just sat in his father's driveway, who is my uncle. And my uncle wanted this vehicle gone. It's been sitting there for a long time. So he told me that I could have it and I could come and get it. So that's what I did. And I asked Des, the auto tech, to come along with me just in case I needed some assistance driving. And so he came along. And so I'm going to bring you guys along on this journey as we go and get it, but also probably shoot some repair videos on it and bring you guys every step of the way. So without further ado, let's get into it. So right here, I'm contemplating how bouncy is this thing gonna be without any weight on it. So I need to drive around 300 miles or so with this thing empty before I put some weight on it. So I came up with the harebrained idea to throw some tires on there just to see if I could strap these things in to keep it from bouncing. Okay, so this is what I got. I plan on driving like 350 miles with this thing empty, and I don't want it bouncing around on me. I'm not driving over necessarily flat terrain, so I'm thinking about throwing these tires on here and strapping them down, but also have some more straps at the house that I'm gonna end up strapping it down a little bit better. I may not even use these tow dolly straps. I may just use my own straps and just, you know, find better points on this tow dolly to strap these tires down, just to put a little weight on here so that this tow dolly's not bouncing around. This is what I'm thinking to keep this thing from bouncing. Either that, or I could just let some air out of the tires and probably just run it on like 10 psi. That may be better. Definitely it may be safer. I hate to see these things fly out, so I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing. I'll figure something out. Well, as you can see, I decided not to go with the tires on there. It just didn't feel safe enough. I think what I'm gonna probably end up doing is just airing them down real low, maybe like 10 psi or so, and I shouldn't get much bounce from it like that. So what I'll do is, as you can see, I'm missing a fender, so I got another fender. So I'm gonna put the fender on, and then I'm gonna air these tires down and take it for a test drive and see how well it does without any weight on this thing. Okay, so at this point I got my new fender on there. I got my tires aired down to 10 psi on the trailer, so it's time to hit the road. Alright, so I'm on the road right now, and as you could look and see, the trailer is doing well. So just airing it down to about 10 psi without having weight on the back of the tow dolly. I'm not getting like significant bouncing or anything like that. So yeah, so that's looking good, and I'm keeping my speed at right around like 70. I'm actually doing like closer to 75, maybe 75, and I'm not getting any bouncing on the trailer back there. So that was the way to go. And then of course I got my buddy in the car, my main man, my brother. I got Des, the auto tech, with me, helping me. So just in case I get tired on the way back, because I'm doing a turnaround, 300 miles or so, all the way down, and 300 miles back. So just in case I get tired, I got another driver with me, trying to keep it safe. Okay, so letting the air out did the trick. Everything is going well. So far, so good. We drove about 50 miles so far, and as you can see, we're about 300 miles outside of Los Angeles. So we're making good progress. Okay, so at this point, we made it to our destination, and I've got both tires aired up on my tow dolly. So it's time to load up this Acura.
Like the cool blue light, 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 like the cool blue light.
we're heading out of Los Angeles area and headed back north up to Sacramento. And we got the vehicle nice and secured on a tow dolly. Maybe 1 in the morning or so. Stopped and got some gas. Just double checked, make sure that the vehicle is still strapped in on a tow dolly. Sometimes these straps will loosen up. Double checked, those are in good shape. Making sure the tires are good, plenty of air in these back tires. Everything looks good, so we ready to jump back on the road. All right, so I made it back home. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and we drove all night. So drove close to about 700 miles, but we made it back. So I got the car here. I'll end up going through it, seeing what all I need to do to it. Probably make a video series on some of the repairs. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. This is Bryan916. See you guys on the next one.